you want to make money, and you think it's hard. Just come on our show and call the right card on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Would I say anything about that? No. I know you like sushi, but that's ridiculous. No, it's very pretty. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks. She's always afraid what I'm going to say about her clothes. Thanks for coming. In the opening poem, George Peterson of Palm Springs, California. Thank you, George. Let's get to business. We'll open up the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Lois will load them in, and we'll meet our Card Sharks. H.K. Graham is our champion. Hi, H.K. Nice to see you again. Fine. Again, a little reminder about you, sir.
Oh, well, H.K. hailed from Brooklyn, lived there most of my life, came out here to visit a relative a few months ago. I fell in love with California, and I reckon I'm going to stay.
Would it be inappropriate for me to ask you what the H.K. stands for? Is it...
Well, yeah, Can you imagine a guy in the business I'm in running a billiard parlor being called Hubert?
Hubert? Hubert Billiard Pollard?
So I became HK
HK
from the day I had a billiard parlor.
Good player here, HK. $1,875. Yes, indeed, for our champion. And our challenger is Stephanie Camp. Hi, Stephanie. Nice to see you. And again, a little reminder about you.
Okay, hello Jim, my name's Stephanie Camp, I'm from London, England, and I'm an air stewardess, and I'm here on vacation.
Have you traveled all over?
No, I haven't. I've travelled mostly all over Europe, but of course the airfares are so cheap for me that I'll get the opportunity to travel worldwide.
What's your favorite place to visit?
Oh, California.
Isn't that nice of you to say? You both cut the cards at the beginning of the match?
Yes, we do.
Let's pick up where we left off. We played the best 2 out of 3, and as we left off, HK won game number 1, so we've set up for game 2 with the same 2 decks of cards, and we'll start game 2 with a question to HK. We surveyed 100 inmates in San Quentin prison, and we asked them, do you think crime pays? How many inmates said crime does pay?
Well, I met a few of the poor, unfortunate guys. They happened to saunter into my place back in Brooklyn. And, of course, the first thing they would ask is, does it pay how much? You know, it's a matter of how much it pays. But I think if they're in San Quentin, I think they got to learn something. And not too many of them would think that crime pays. So I would say perhaps 39.
39 out of 100 inmates said, yeah, crime does pay. Higher or lower, Steph?
Well, I think that's going to be higher, because I think a lot of those guys haven't been caught previously, and they've probably done a job and stash a bit of money away, and they're going to come out to it. So I think that's going to be higher. Yeah, I haven't been inside myself, so of course I don't really know.
Okay. It does sound funny. An inmate does crime pay. Well, it's very hard. But let's see. If it's higher, you'll play your card, Stephanie. If not, it'll be HK with his. Hit it right on the head. A $500 bonus. The actual number of inmates who said crime does pay is 45. Stephanie is right. Almost half of them thought that it did. Stephanie starts this game with a 6.
Change it, please.
You win the question, you can change it. And
Lower.
Lower than a 10. Yes, a 3.
Okay, higher.
Risking it higher. A king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. A queen.
Lower.
Trying to go all the way and tie up the match. No! Saved by the ace, and all the way back to the base card goes Stephanie. HK gets a free chance at a queen.
Oh, lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes, a jack.
One more lower.
Lower than a jack. A 5.
Higher.
Risking it higher. And he goes back to the base card. Janice, we're going to put you to work. You've got a lot of spaces to fill in. Stephanie, we sent our man on the street to Paris, France. You've been to Paris?
Yes, I have.
Man went to Paris, France, and he asked 100 French women whose husband has a mistress. The plot thickens.
Yeah.
Have you and your husband's mistress ever had a cozy dinner together? How many French women have had a cozy dinner with their husband and their husband's mistress?
Well, I think if they ever had dinner, it just wouldn't be cozy at all. There'd be... darts would be flying. So I don't think that many would have had dinner in Paris, so I think that's going to be a low number. I'd say about 24.
24 out of 100 have had the 3 of them get together.
You know, Jim, many years ago, I was married to a gal who came from France. And on my first visit out there, visited my in-laws, I found that they have a completely different way of life out there in Paris. Let me tell you, mistresses are just like we own a car. I mean, that's the way it is. And it seems to me they would get together and they...
Do they look like old DeSotos?
Yeah, more like Edsels. Anyhow, I'm inclined to think that with them being friendly and cozy, mistress, they're all well known to have them. I'm going to go higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
You make it sound so good. Wow. 24 and higher.
I couldn't
The
adapt.
actual number of women who've had a cozy dinner with their husband and their husband's mistress is 6. That's all. They're not that much different. I'm kind of glad to hear that. Stephanie with a 10.
Change it, please.
Changing the 10. Can she improve it? Yes.
Yes, lower.
Lower than the ace. A queen.
Lower.
Again, risking it. Oh! And again, a good card fails the challenger.
Oh,
HK with a
redhead.
queen again.
Lower!
Lower, he says, and lower it's not. We are going through this deck, and if you can remember what's been played, it could help you because there's a lot of cards played. We'll be right back right after this. Big cards going on.
Typical car.
Game 1 going to the champion. We're going through a lot of cards here in Game 2, and right now HK with a queen, Stephanie with an ace, and it is question 3 going to HK. HK, some people have suggested that the fathers of newborns be given a leave of absence from their jobs when their baby is born, just as new mothers are. So we asked 100 corporate executives, if a male employee asked you for paternity leave when his baby was born, would you give it to him? How many corporate executives would give their male employee paternity leave?
Well, I was never a corporate executive. But if I were, I think it's very important for the father to be there right at the beginning of raising this child. He should learn how to put the diaper on and how to make the formula and be there to comfort his wife. And by golly, I think a corporate executive, as much as he would like to have the man, would have to agree to that. And I would say there would be about 72.
72 out of 100 executives, if he asked, would give him leave. Stephanie?
If I was an executive, I'd let all the men go off and they can do everything. They can change their nappies, old diapers you call them over here, don't you? They could change them and the women could just go out and have a good time like the men do. They say they're at work, but I don't know about that. So I reckon it's going to be lower.
Lower than that. You don't think they give him... I know our boss, Jonathan Goodson, is very kind about that. One of the guys asked, and Jonathan just very nicely said, look, if you're pregnant, you can have off. I mean, that was very sweet of him. 72 and lower. The actual number of corporate executives who would give their male employee paternity leave is 30. That's all. Stephanie, you're right. It is lower. Stephanie, you've got an ace.
Lower.
Lower, she says. A king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. A jack.
Lower.
Risking it lower. No.
Lower.
I have seen about every high card in this deck for Stephanie. Wow, what a strange cut you gave them.
Well, there's that
HK, you don't
redhead
mind at all, do you?
Lower!
Lower than a queen. A 2.
Higher!
Higher than a 2. A 10.
Lower!
He's going to risk it. A 6. HK needs 1 card. Stephanie again needs 4. Sudden death. Someone's got to win it on this play of the cards. And Stephanie, we asked 100 single women. Can you tell when a man... You're a single woman,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Can you tell when a man is in love with you even though he does not say the words? How many women claim they can tell when a man is in love with them even if he doesn't say the words?
Well, my man doesn't say the words. He hardly ever says it, but I know he loves me.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
So that's great. But I think that's going to be a low number. About 35.
35 out of 100 women said they can tell even if he doesn't say the words.
Well, I'm a man, and I don't think I really know how to say I love you to a woman. And there are a lot of men like me who feel it deep down, but just don't have the legerdemain, hey, there's a good word, to be able to say it. So I think...
It
women
doesn't fit,
know-
but it's a
But
good word.
women, on the other hand, have that innate sense to know when a man loves her. It's by not what he says, but what he does. So it's going to be higher.
Higher. I'd vote for you, HK.
All right.
35 and higher. The actual number of single women who claim they can tell when a man is in love with them even though he doesn't say the words is 82. And you're absolutely right. Sudden death, HK. You've got control. You need 1 card. Stephanie needs 4. You can play it or pass it.
Well, I was a gentleman before, Go ahead, Stephanie. I'm a gentleman again.
Stephanie,
Go ahead,
you're
go ahead.
starting with a great base card, the ace, but you have to get all 4 cards or it's all over. Here we go.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. Her first low card, and it's near the middle.
Higher.
Higher than a 7. No! And HK wins the championship. Well, Stephanie, you know, with all of those big cards that you had, the queen and the king, I think I might have been tempted to say lower than that 7. You went through a lot of big ones. I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay. We have some nice party gifts for you. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Stephanie Camp. And H.K. Graham will come down and join me, and he'll play the big money right after we take time out for this.
The tarot card.
H.K., did you cut those cards?
Oh, I sure did, Jim.
Let's get over and play the money cards right now. Come on. Here we go. And Janice and Lois in their Chinese pajamas are going to start dealing them out. $200 of new money and 3 cards to bet as you will on the bottom line. Up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card. The big bet where you must risk at least half the money. Good luck. And here, of course, a double. You're on your own. That doesn't cost you. We'll carry it over for you. Here's $200. And you can change your base card on each level as well. Thank you, Lois. We'll start HK off with 200 and a 4.
Oh, we got to go 150 higher.
$150 if this card is higher than a 4. And it is for the queen. 350 and a queen.
250 lower.
$250 lower than a queen. And right again. 600 and a 10.
100 lower.
$100 lower than a 10. Yes! Nice job on this level, and we move up the worst card in the deck.
Get rid of it.
We're going to give you
Change it.
another 200, and he wants to change it with 900 on this level. Another 4, good card.
Let's go 700 higher.
Big bet, $700 higher than a 4. No. All right, come on, 3 cards
All
to
of
go.
it higher.
With a 2, he's trying to double it higher. Yes. 400 and a 6.
300 higher.
Ooh, that's a big bet on the 6. Is he right? 300? Yes, he is. You're back to the 700 mark, and we move up a not-so-good card, the 10.
Change it.
And the 10 for the big bet. It becomes a king. Good card.
All of it lower.
Double to nothing. That's nothing, or $1,400 if this card is lower. No. Oh. HK. Did they talk you into that? They did?
That guy from Brooklyn.
The guy from Brooklyn out there did it? Come on down here. My goodness. I mean, when HK look at this. When he loses, he loses. Boy, you still have $1,975.
Thank the Lord.
You may get a chance to do it again. Besides which, I don't want you falling all over my set. We'll be right back with a new challenger right after this. Lady finds out the funniest thing she's ever heard. 2 brand new decks of cards and a new challenger coming out on Card Sharks. Janet Habib. Hello, Janet. Nice to meet you. You know HK, of course.
I know HK.
Why don't you tell us about you?
My name's Janet Habib, and I live in Dana Point. I'm a flight attendant, and I just got back from Hawaii, and I had a marvelous time. I saw my brother, and I can't wait to go back there.
Oh, that's very
With my
pretty.
winnings.
Oh, yes, you want to win so you can go back?
Yes.
You're getting a little giggly there, Jan, huh?
I'm excited.
You're excited? You're all set to go, though.
I'm ready to win him.
You're ready to win him.
Everybody's
No, no, you can't keep him. You can only beat him.
Okay.
Okay, you cut the cards?
I sure have.
Okay.
I've been
I
knocked
don't
down.
mean beat him. I mean defeat him, beat him. Here we go. We got a crazy audience out there today. That's super. Nice people. Here we go. We start the match with HK, who is being beaten and defeated and everything. HK, we asked 100 professional football players. When you're sitting on the bench, which do you watch more, the game or the cheerleaders? How many football players admitted they pay more attention to the cheerleaders?
Well, a football player's getting a lot of money. And if he's got coaches like maybe George Allen and a couple of the others, he better be watching that football game very, very closely. Cheerleaders, he can watch at his off time. I would say...
How many are watching the cheerleaders?
How many are watching? I would say 70%. 77.
How many are watching the cheerleaders?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you were watching the cheerleaders. Oh, the cheerleaders. 27.
27. He was doing his math there. You could just see the wheels turning. 27 out of 100 football players admitted they were watching the cheerleaders, Janet.
I don't believe they were watching the cheerleaders. I think they're really interested in their game, so I believe it's going to be a lot lower.
Even lower than that?
Yes.
The actual number of football players who admitted they pay more attention to the cheerleaders is 9. You're right. It's their business. It is a lot lower.
Okay.
So Janet, the challenger, starts with a 6.
And change it.
And see if she can improve it.
Oh,
Up the
goodness.
middle with an 8.
I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher than an 8. Yes, a 10.
Lower. Lower.
Risking it lower. No. A double counter over here against an opponent and a free chance for HK at an 8.
Lower.
Lower, he says, and lower it is with a 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6. No. Both of you took chances with near middle card. Janet was so happy for you missing that one, wasn't she? Yay, way to go, HK. Janet, now it's a... Janet, you're a single lady?
I'm married.
You're married? Okay.
Oh, shucks.
Well, that's all right. This is a question for married women, and it's an interesting question. Janet, it's a fact that there is now a new computer that tells a man how to improve his romantic technique. That's a fact.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we asked 100 married women, if your husband tried out a new technique you liked, but he told you he got it from a computer, would you welcome the help?
I sure would.
How many women said if their husband... How many women said if their husband used a computerized romantic technique, they would welcome it?
I believe if anything works, then I'd say go for it. I think it's going to be a really high number. I bet you it'll be about 75.
75 out of 100 would welcome the help from the computer, HK.
I have to agree with the logic, but I think most women might say, well, you stay home, send me the computer. You know, they have male and female computers now, you know. But anyhow, I don't think a woman would even want to consider the fact that it took a computer to give them a more romantic. So I'm going to have to go lower.
Lower than that. But of course, better he learns from the computer than the lady next door.
Yeah, well, that's
75 and lower. The actual number of married women who said if their husband used a computerized romantic technique, they would welcome it, is 76. Not Janice just missed that bonus. You've got an 8.
Change it, please.
And the middle card becomes an 8.
Oh, lower.
Lower than an ace, a 6.
Higher.
Again, she's risking it. Oh, you guys, don't pay any attention to them. HK,
Well,
you've still got an 8.
Lower.
Lower, he says. It is. And as Janice gives the good sportsmanship, yay, you missed it. It's question 3 to HK. HK, we found 100 people who have lost $1 million in a business venture. And we asked them, since you lost the $1 million, have any of your relatives stopped being nice to you? How many people said, yeah, since they lost the $1 million, their relatives have stopped being nice to them?
Well, that's a very tricky question because a man who loses $1 million must have a lot of money. And the fact that he lost $1 million might leave him only with about 10 or 12 million left. So I don't think it's going to be a real high number. I would say perhaps 47.
47 out of 100 people said, yeah, since they lost the $1 million, some relatives have lost them.
I don't agree with him. I think it'll be a lot higher because if they do have the money, they certainly do have a lot, but I still think it's going to be a lot higher.
A lot higher. The actual number of people who said since they lost the $1 million, their relatives have stopped being nice to them is 41, not higher, it's a little lower. And HK has
Get rid of that 8.
Now he can get rid of that middle card. Yes, sir, whatever you say, sir. A 2.
A higher.
Higher than a 2. Another 8.
Freeze.
He was going to take a chance on that middle card. We'll have sudden death coming at you in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this.
Mr. Brady almost... This is Charlie O'Donnell speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Topham production.